A box ship's engine controls get stuck on full ahead, forcing the closure of a bridge in America. This is from the Maritime Exclusive, published on June the 5th. On Wednesday, an MSC box ship lost controls of its main engine and accelerated to 17 knots on the Copper River in Charleston, South Carolina, forcing the temporary closure of a bridge. At 12:17, the U.S. Coast Guard Sector Charleston received a call from the Charleston Harbor Pilots Dispatch Center. The container ship MSC Michigan 7 has experienced a failure of her propulsion control system while outbound from the North Charleston Container Terminal. AIS data shows that the vessel departed the terminal and got underway at 11:45. And after making her turn to head out of the river, she rapidly accelerated. By 4:30, the Michigan had accelerated to more than 15 knots, and she maintained this speed as she approached the Revenal Bridge. This was 5 knots faster than her inbound transit the day before. Given the precedent set by the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore in March, officials in Charleston took the event seriously. Response boats from multiple agencies took to the shipping channel to warn boaters and clear the path for the speeding ship. Local police closed and cleared the traffic lanes on the bridge, loading a few bikers and pedestrians into squad cars to help them get off in time. The bridge was unarmed, but according to AP, the ship's passage did have an effect. 2 boaters sustained minor injuries when the wake pushed them into the rocks. The local officials have received reports of minor damage along the shore. The Coast Guard is rechecking the positions of all nearby aids to navigation to ensure that they are all on station. The Michigan has been issued a captain of the port order to remain on anchor until further notice, and the Coast Guard is investigating the circumstances of the vessel's propulsion issue. The pilot on board indicated the vessel lost ability to control the engines, and they were stuck nearly full ahead, with the vessel making between 14 to 17 knots. Anytime a vessel can't control its propulsion, it's concerning. But thanks to our partners, our maritime partners, our law enforcement partners, it turned out well, and that's due to the intense partnership coordination. The MSC Michigan 7, which used to be named Sealand, Michigan, is an 80-ton DWT, 6,700 TEU container ship built in 2000. The vessel is managed by MSC and was acquired and renamed in October of 2022 during the market-leading carriers campaign of used box ships acquisitions. During a port state control boarding in Boston on the 17th of February, the Coast Guard inspectors noticed issues with the steering gear alarm panel aboard the Michigan, along with excessive oil leakage on 2 auxiliary generators, a faulty fire alarm, and an unapproved 440-volt outlet in the generator bay. All were rectified with assistance from the class society. This could have been bad. This really could have been bad. You get a ship that big. She's not huge, but she's a decent size. Doing 17 knots down the river when she's supposed to be going like half that speed. And she's got no control of her speed. Luckily, she must have had steering. That could have been a bad situation. Luckily, everyone involved did their job. They cleared the bridge just in case it got hit. They cleared the river of small boats. Unfortunately, 1 boat got smashed into the rocks. Hopefully those 2 guys are okay. But it just shows how fast things can go wrong. Now this is an old ship, 24 years old. Some of the pictures of her online, especially when she was owned by Maersk, got her looking pretty shabby, that's for sure. She does have history with problems, but what happened here might not be anything associated with that. She's 304 meters long, 40 meters wide, so that's a pretty good size. And luckily, nothing bad happened here. She ain't going nowhere anytime soon, that's for sure. Not until the Coast Guard is happy with everything being okay. Could have been a bad one. Luckily, it wasn't.